Hello students, let's learn the theorem 10.1 now. Of course, you can go to the statement or theorem from the textbook. I won't write the statement here. Rather, I shall try to explain the concept behind the statement. So, what we have learned till now is that if we have a circle like this, and let's say this is the center of the circle, and let's say this is a point outside the circle. So, from this point outside the circle, I can draw a tangent like this. Alright, this particular point over here where the circle where the tangent touches the circle, this particular point here is called the point of contact. Alright, this is something you have to remember. This is called the point of contact. Alright, the theorem says if I draw a radius from the center through the point of contact this way, then the theorem says this angle over here is always 90 degree. That means if I say this is the radius OP and let's say AB is a tangent, so you have to prove that OP is perpendicular upon AB. So the radius is always perpendicular to the tangent through the point of contact. Now how to prove this one? The proof is very easy. So let's redraw this entire diagram here. So this is a circle, this is the tangent, this is the center, this is the radius, and let's say OP is the radius and AB is the point of contact. So we need to prove OP is perpendicular upon AB. So there's a logic here. Logically we will prove this one. So let us assume that there is a point Q anywhere on AB. Q can be taken anywhere. So the Q lies outside the circle and P is on the circle. Right? Listen to me very carefully. The Q is outside the circle and P is on the circle. So out of OQ and OP, which is larger? Out of OQ and OP, obviously OQ is larger because Q is outside the circle. Right? Now, I want to make it more generalized. The statement goes like this: if I take Q anywhere, not particularly here, let's say I'm taking Q here or here or here or here, if I take Q anywhere, ultimately Q is going to be outside the circle. That means in any case I will have OQ greater than OP. That means, in other words, OP is the smallest distance. So what I can write over here, this is very very important, what I can write over here is that OP is the shortest distance, and we all know that shortest distance is the perpendicular distance, right? That means the OP, because it is shortest distance, is also the perpendicular distance. That means I can derive from here OP is perpendicular upon AB. Alright, so this is the theorem 10.1. You can go through the proof of the theorem from your textbook. Next up, we are going to learn the theorem 10.2. See you there.